Our chief guest for the evening, Professor Vinod Solanki ma'am, is a distinguished academician and educator with a remarkable career spanning several leadership roles in prominent institutions. Ma'am has served as the head of the Department of English at Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gorakhpur University and as the director of the Human Resource Development Center UGC. Ma'am's association with the Vivekananda Kendra, Kanyakumari, is equally noteworthy, where she currently holds the position of Prant Prashikshan Pramukh. Additionally, she has been a respected member of the Executive Council at the University of Tripura. Her contributions to higher education and value based leadership continue to inspire many across the fields of academic and cultural landscapes. Ma'am has guided 12 research scholars for their PhD degree and evaluated dozens of doctoral theses from various universities. She also has to her credit numerous research papers published in reputed international journals. Ma'am, it is truly an honor to have you with us today. I now request you to kindly come forward and grace the stage with your words of wisdom.
Supreme Namaste. I begin with a message of Shri Mother for the children. In one of her messages, the mother says, "Children, you are the hope and you are the future." I'm sure you will remember mother's words. You are the hope and you are the future. Many of you have been involved in Savitri reading. So please, in lead and follow, one small passage of Savitri, which is written in the shrine where you go for meditation. A divine force shall flow. Students, please repeat. A divine force shall flow through tissue and cell. And take the charge of breath and speech and act. And all the thoughts. And all the thoughts shall be a glow of sun. And every feeling a celestial thrill. This is our future. This is the future of humanity. I don't know what I should speak today. Did not plan. But one temptation which I cannot resist when I'm with young ones is to help them to understand what is the meaning of life, what we are here, why we are here, what we are, and why we are here, and what we are doing. These are the three pertinent questions which prevail in our minds. Everybody, all of us, time and again think what we really are. Do we know ourselves? And what are we doing here? Are we really doing what is intended by the divine for us to do? So, I'll just try to answer, to relate these questions, what we are. In his book, The Indian Renaissance, Sri Aurobindo writes on page number 6, Why do I refer to these books and the page number? Because I wish that my dear students would certainly go and check, read it again, and find far better meanings than I can derive now. Sherwin writes, spirituality is indeed the master key of Indian mind. Spirituality is indeed the master key of Indian mind. There are so many other keys, but they are only keys. Your books, your Google, your other sources, AI, they are the keys. But what is the master key? Spirituality. Spirituality is the master key of Indian mind. This is the proclamation of Sri Arvind. And he says, the essence is the infinite native to the Indian mind. In a sense, the infinite is native to Indian mind. You are very sharp, so I'm sure you are able to understand. Why do we want to be happy always? Because there is a sense of infinite. It is native to us. What is good, we want that it should be permanent. Everything you love, you like, you want it should be permanent. So this very thought of permanence is native to the Indian mind. She has never lost the hold of eternity. This is written by Sri Arvind, and I would just like to explain it in as simple words as possible. Now, what are we? What are we? We are body, life, and mind. You very well know. So, do we have to remain in the body, life, and mind as inconscient, ignorant beings? Or there is something more to be done? Something more to be done naturally. Every year you are promoted to the next class, then again to the next class. You hope higher and higher. You aspire greater things in your life. So, life, body, and mind are not the whole that humanity has today. There are other higher regions also to which we have to open ourselves, we have to aspire, but how to do it? Now, let us understand carefully that through the integral yoga, Sri Arvind has given us a very easy, simple way to attain to the higher regions. The body, life, and mind. These are the regions of the inconscient. So, in the vocabulary of Sri Arvind, they are called lower movements. So, these are lower movements. Why movements? He doesn't call it nature, calls it movements, because we are active through these movements. Through life, we are active through life, we are active through body, and we are thinking through the mind. So these are the active forms of our existence, and they are inconscient. That is why they are called the lower movements. What are the higher nature? The higher nature is beyond mind. So either we transcend or we go within. There are two channels to find the higher. We live in the lower, but we are not satisfied with the lower. As human beings, in the process of evolution, we have to attain to the higher and the highest. So there are two poles, you can say, or two channels. In the deepest core of our self, behind the heart, in the subtle body, there is the soul. What is the soul? We've not seen it. We've not even felt it. But mentally we know that the soul is the divine portion. It is the presence of the divine in each one of us. Students here in Jaipuria are interested in Gita reading, so I suggest that today you go and read the 4th mantra of the 14th chapter of Gita. In the 4th shloka, Sri Krishna asserts that every womb of every mother is the Brahma Prakriti, and in every womb I am the seed father, the divine himself, the supreme, the Satchidanand, with all his attributes of truth, consciousness, and bliss, is within us. He is within us, so close to us. Kasturi kundal base, so close to us. So why there is need to be unhappy, to be in distress? Is there any need then? Is it justified? Or it is of sheer foolishness? Not knowing that the Supreme, with all his attributes of truth, consciousness, and bliss, is seated within us. So now what we have to do? We have to seek him. We have to find him. We have to realize him. We have to connect with him. We have to be with him. This is our supreme goal of life, the supreme aim of life. Sri Arvind, in the integral yoga and in the time of the evolutionary crisis, has taught us how we have to evolve, how we have to find the flame of aspiration which you sing. You sing Agni Mile, isn't it? They know it already, all these things which I'm just repeating. So that flame of aspiration is within us, in the deepest core of our self. That is called higher self. Now, how to connect with it? The soul remains as a witness. Soul does not participate. Soul does not intervene. Then what is the benefit of having the soul in us when it does not guide us, it does not participate and intervene in the action, in the thought process which we have? So what is to be done in the integral yoga? The seeker, with very pure, sincere aspiration to uncover the higher self, to reveal one's higher self, has to dive deep within oneself, time and again. And this is why you are given the practice of silence every day, so many times in the school, and you must be doing it at home also. So during these deep moments of silence, you enter within yourself. And when this entering gets a touch, just a touch with the real self, with the true self, then something very miraculous begins in us around this soul, just around the soul, and just a little above it, a formation of the psychic being begins. You have read about the psychic being. You hear so much about the psychic being. You want that your psychic being should be awakened. So how to do it? There is a process prescribed in the integral yoga. The first is, which you are doing here, to live consciously. What did you learn in the spiritual retreat? Walk consciously, eat consciously, play consciously, sleep consciously. This is the practice you have had during the spiritual retreat for 5-6 days. So when you start living consciously, then the first thing which begins is transformation. That is why the philosophy of the school is conscious transformation. This is just not a label. This is not just to be written on the wall or the board or on your copies. This has to be brought into practice. So the first step is through conscious living, transformation. When the transformation begins, what is the next step that we avail of is the refinement. The refinement of what? Refinement of the body, life, and mind. With conscious living, the second advantage is the refinement. The third step is alignment. When the refinement begins, then a process of alignment automatically takes place within us. What do I mean by alignment? Alignment means that the three forces with which we live, the three powers, हमारे अस्तित्व की सत्ता के ये तीन स्तंभ, body, life and mind, भौतिक, प्राणिक और मानसिक, they start coming into alignment. Otherwise, what happens? The mind says that I have to study. I have to study for 3 hours to prepare my subject. But the body says, no, I feel lethargic, I feel sleepy, I'm tired. It happens with everybody, with each one of us. The problem is there. The mind says one thing, the body says something other, and the vital says, oh, let's go to the market, let's go to the mall, some food court or so. What all these things, I don't know much about it. Let me eat this, let me do that, let me talk to my friend, let me tease somebody, let me bully my friend. The vital. So they are not in alignment. With conscious living, transformation takes place. Transformation brings about refinement of these three forces, life, body, and mind, and then alignment. There is the process of alignment If the body has decided to study, life and body both will accept, yes, study, and there will be far better concentration. So the third is alignment. The fourth is integration. Integration of all the forces, of all the powers of our existence. And the fifth is the awakening of the psychic being. And once we are able, we become successful in awakening the psychic being and being conscious of it. Maybe in many of us, the conscious being is there, but we are not conscious of it. We don't pay any heed to it. So the awakening of the psychic being is the fifth step. And one thing is very interesting in the integral yoga, that you don't have to do one thing for 6 months and wait for the result to go into the second and the third. No, it's not like that. Everything is going on simultaneously. Transformation, refinement, alignment, integration, and opening of the psychic. You are good at making abbreviations, ROI. So I think students should immediately make an abbreviation. And this is how we have to practice, and we can be better human beings, better versions of ourselves, as you repeatedly say in the spiritual retreat and in your discourses. This will be a better version to be connected with the higher self, and the lower is getting refined and aligned and integrated. This is the deepening to gain, to be conscious of the higher self. Then one more channel is also given to us above the mind. Above the mind, there are higher grades of consciousness, one after another. And from above, we can very easily connect ourselves with the vast peace, upward, peace, light, love, knowledge, and anandam. These are the 5 things which we can, through the practice of the integral yoga, come in touch with, and the world will become a beautiful world to live, a world of peace, a world of light, a world of collaboration, empathy, knowledge, and then there will be no wars. Then there will be the appearance of the Gnostic being of Sri Arvind, for which he sacrificed his life in practicing for the advent of the supramental consciousness. So this is just a brief introduction. Otherwise, what kind of life we are living in our lower movements? Matthew Arnold long back wrote in his poem, Dover Beach. You must have read the poem. It's a small poem. Please read it. In the last stanza, he writes, Our love, let us be true to one another. For the world which seems to lie before us like a land of dreams, so beautiful, so new, so powerful, has really neither joy, nor love, nor light, nor certitude, nor peace, nor help for pain. And we are here, as on a darkling plain, swept with confused alarms of struggle and flight, where ignorant armies clash by night. We are living in a world of wars and the threat of nuclear wars. So I call upon Mother's hope and Mother's future to attempt raising their life from the lower self to the higher self, and from the higher self to the highest. Thank you very much.